Here is the latest from K2 Radio News.
A 23-year-old Cheyenne man has been arrested after a shooting on Saturday that left a 25-year-old Cheyenne man dead. Police spokeswoman Alex Farkas says officers were called at about 1:30 in the morning to a report of a shooting at a residence in King Court. When they arrived, they found Cortavius Williams, who was the apparent victim of a gunshot wound. Farkas says Williams had gotten into an argument with Antonio Navarrete in the parking lot of a local bar about an hour before the shooting, during which he allegedly smashed the windshield on Navarrete's vehicle. She says that he left the bar with a group of friends and returned home, and Williams left separately. Shortly after, Williams went to Navarrete's residence to collect personal things, and while he was there, another disturbance ensued, resulting in Williams being fatally shot. Other people were in proximity of the gunfire. However, no other injuries were reported. Navarrete was subsequently arrested and booked into the Laramie County Detention Center for first-degree murder and aggravated assault. A joint op-ed statement issued on Monday by Wyoming Senate President Ogden Driscoll and House Speaker Albert Summers threw cold water on the idea of calling a special legislature session to override several gubernatorial vetoes of bills passed by the recently concluded legislative session. Wyoming Freedom Caucus leader Representative John Baer and Senator Sherry Steinmetz in recent days have called for a special session of the legislature to override Governor Mark Warden's vetoes of several bills, including House Bill 125, a repeal of gun-free zones in Wyoming, and Senate File 54, homeowner tax exemption. In their joint statement, Driscoll and Summers wrote that while they don't like what they say was Gordon's liberal use of the veto and the tone of some of his veto messages, a special session is unlikely to effectively address the governor's vetoes. They're saying a special session would take 8 to 10 days and cost about $350,000. They wonder if taxpayers should be the ones to pay for that because they couldn't get their job done within the calendar that they had agreed upon. 2 players from the Casper College Lady Thunderbirds basketball team have been named to the 2024 Region 9 North Sub-Region team and one to the All-Defensive team. The 3 were honored for their high level of play during the Region 9 North Sub-Region regular season. Freshman guard Andy Schisler from Kersey, Colorado, and sophomore guard Logan Alvar from Casper's Kelly Walsh were named to the All-Region team. Sophomore guard Anna Senyi from Hungary was named to the All-Defensive team. During the 2023 and 24 regular season, Schisler averaged 12.9 points per game, Alvar 10.9, and Senyi 8.6. The head women's basketball coach, Dwight Gunnar, says that they're very deserving. They're skilled, they have an excellent work ethic, and they are great teammates. Average gas prices in Wyoming have risen 12.5 cents a gallon in the last week, averaging $3.20 a gallon today. In Casper, the cheapest gas was priced at $2.89 a gallon just 3 hours ago at the Ridley's Family Market on Wyoming Boulevard, followed by the Sinclair on East 12th Street at $2.91. The national average price of gas has risen 6.5 cents a gallon in the last week, averaging $3.51 a gallon today. The national price of diesel has risen 2 cents in the last week and stands at $4.02 per gallon. We've now seen the national average price of gas rising for 4 straight weeks, which isn't uncommon for this time of year. Petroleum analyst Patrick DeHaan says that with oil prices now under more pressure and a tax potentially increasing on Russian refiners, we could be in for a few more weeks of rising prices. Significant as well as the fact that Americans are now seeing inflation again at the pump, with prices higher than they were a year ago. And finally, just a little traffic note. At the City of Casper's next council meeting tomorrow night, which is a work session, they're going to move forward with an ordinance change that will reduce the speed limit from 30 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour on Kaufman Avenue, beginning with the intersection of Grandview Place and South Kaufman Avenue, and continuing to the intersection of Sage Avenue and West Kaufman. According to a police study, on average, there are about 15 crashes every year on Kaufman Avenue. There was certainly an uptick in crashes within 160 feet of each other. And for that reason, right on the sharp curve, signs were installed last month. Reporting from Casper, this is Colby Fedor.